There's so much news right now. It's unbelievable. If you haven't heard, like, when we talk about Pennsylvania politics, local elections especially, um, how important local elections really got, well, let's be honest, soon as um, Danny DeVito's campaign challenged the governor on the stay-at-home orders, it went all the way to the Supreme Court within days, and they have till May 4th to uh, make to acknowledge what happened. And the stay-at-home orders and things that, like, my neighbor, I can just tell you what's going on, like, in our neighborhood alone. We're in the greater Pittsburgh region, we're in Butler, and my neighbor, like, needed basically a face mask, and I found a couple extra ones. We use these um, for school. Like, I mean, we wear them whenever we're working with acrylic nails or gel tips. So, being in school, I have a little bit of, like, I mean, I know we have to wear face masks. So, and a lot of times, like with restaurants and places like that, they already have a lot of these social distancing standards already in place, because there is a certain position where you have to stand at the table. You're not supposed to stand too close to the customers. Um, so a lot of these things are already exist. They just weren't put into place. And so let's get back to the story about what was going on with the pro-life. Now, I'm going to stop it in a few minutes here and get to that next topic. I want to finish by saying this. They challenged Governor Wolf at the Supreme Court level about the stay-at-home orders, and all these businesses are shut down except for the big box companies. Like the big box companies like Walmart, Target, like those places are still operational. It's all the other places that are forced to keep the doors closed. And it gets into the Bill of Rights, it gets into the Constitutional. So we'll find out what the story is. If you follow Danny DeVito, he's running for the 45th District, and it's an interesting story. It's developing still. So far, it's left up at the Supreme Court. It's not the state Supreme Court. They turned it down on a 4-3 vote. It's now at the Supreme Court level. So, and we're going to talk about the next topic here shortly after this, about the pro-life and what happened today. Okay, so I read a little bit about the telemedicine. It's a doctor-patient agreement where, they wouldn't authorize that type of medicine. It'd be between the doctor and the patient. And abortionists got involved, and so Governor Tom Wolf vetoed it, and now he's going to address gun violence today. That's the next thing that's going on in Harrisburg. There's a lot going on when it comes to pro-life, pro-gun, and pro-America. Um, all these campaigns are all to attack individual Bill of Rights. I mean, we're talking about individuals. The thing about the groups that are organized to attack a pro-life legislation, that legislation gives the patient and the doctor an opportunity to communicate. Um, you would be surprised how many young women use the RU40 drug as a prophylactic, basically. I mean, they'll get pregnant and then they'll use the abortion pill, and then they'll continue to go and use it again. And so that was noted on the 28th, and now this gun violence bill or something along those lines is also being addressed. So this is all in a matter of a couple weeks. It's a very active schedule we're on, and we're going to find out what's going to happen here in Pennsylvania. There's more about the gun control legislation that is being pushed is again attacking individual rights because they're it's like a one size fits all, and it doesn't work that way. Not with individual rights and Bill of Rights. So it'll be interesting what happens from this point about the Bill of Rights and um, really it is tyranny to go after all these rights. Um, to make a one size fits all argument does not work. Not when it comes to individual rights.